Cash Nation, I have now seen Horizon American Saga Chapter 1, which did flop, unfortunately. I gotta be honest. Pretty good film.
You use that much this year?
Haven't had much need of it yet.
Looks like we got ourselves a bad man right here.
Cash Nation, welcome back to a brand new review on the channel. Today we're talking about Horizon American Saga. Now, I have a full disclaimer. I don't watch a lot of Westerns. I don't watch any Westerns really, okay? Westerns were not my thing growing up. It was something that my grandpa loved to watch a lot. All he ever watched was Westerns with, John Wayne involved, which is an old actor who died many years ago. I would see John Wayne a lot on my grandpa's TV. So to me, Horizon American Saga, which wasn't marketed very well, I will admit that right now, okay? It's a good film. I can't really talk about into depth, if you will, because there's not much to really talk about than the fact that it has great cinematography, great use of wide shots, if you will, a lot, multiple stories being told. Now, again, this film did flop. It was a $138 million budget, I believe, or $100 million, and it only made 22 million. The sequel was supposed to come out next month. It's already been pulled from theaters, okay? And the only thing I could say about it is I liked meeting all the characters in this film. The stories were okay and cool to me. Again, I don't have a lot of experience with Westerns, so for me, this is a very hard film to score, if you will. I'm sure most people who will watch Westerns can score this a lot easier than I can. I talk about the pros and cons. I'm just gonna tell you what I liked about it, okay? To me, I enjoyed people's journeys in this film a lot. We get to meet a mother and daughter. We get to meet a woman who I guess is girl likes to mess around guys, and we get to meet this guy named Luke Wilson, who basically is helping to lead a bunch of people to a specific location. Okay, I enjoyed that in the very beginning of this film, this mother and daughter are faced with an unfortunate travesty, and how their home is essentially raided and ambushed by a bunch of Indians for a specific reason. Okay, for a specific reason, if you will, and how with the help of some people, they're able to bounce back from that. Have this woman who messes around with a lot of guys, how she tries to be a good caretaker to this baby that she meets, but is not able to. And how this guy named Luke Wilson, who honestly much doesn't happen with him. He tries to, he leads a bunch of people. These two people specifically don't want to basically help out with the load, the work, if you will. He basically has to tell them, hey, if you're gonna be with us, you have to put the work in as well. It's only fair to everybody else. This film was just a lot of talking, a lot of walking around, a lot of trying to go from A to B, if you will. There's not much to say about the film. Like there's just a couple fight scenes that take place, a lot of betrayals, stabbing in the backs, if you will. But overall, to me, it's just there's not a lot of things I can talk about specifically without spoiling for you, if that makes sense. Kevin Costner is a part of the film. He is a part of the lady who is tampering with other men, if you will, because I can't say the word, if you will, I can't say it. But she basically is a worker. She likes to mess around with a lot of guys, and he's one of them, like you could say. I will say as much. I enjoyed Jamie Bauer Campbell's performance in this film. He's an absolute douchebag, but he's a douchebag for a specific reason, and I liked how that went down, if you will. But basically, the lady that likes to tamper with guys, I don't remember her name, that's why I'm calling her that specifically, okay? Her sister or her best friend, however you want to call it, and this guy she likes is with, they basically go to a meeting, Jamie Bauer Campbell, if you will. And unfortunately for the guy, it doesn't end well. I'm going to just say that right now. It doesn't end well for him because of his loud mouth. He doesn't know when to shut the freak up. And for the other lady involved, don't really know what happens to her because it's kind of left a mystery, if you will. But to me, I enjoyed time with these characters. I enjoyed the cinematography, the music in this film, if you will. Sam Worthington was a great performance overall. I wanted to give this a 10 out of 10, I think, originally. But because of the fact that not a lot happens in this film, it's a part 1. I don't know if I can give it a 10 out of 10. I'll probably give it an 8 or 7 to be fair, to be honest, But to me, Horizon American Saga is just, like I said, 3 different stories, very similar, all trying to go from A to B. And again, they're teasing this one location of Horizon, a location where everybody can be there and be safe. I would not go to theaters and watch this. In fact, it's already on streaming, if you will. So if you have a chance, if you have 3 hours to spare, if you will, maybe give this a watch. And if you don't, no, I wouldn't worry about it, personally. Like, this isn't a film for everybody by any means. It's a slow burn. It's a film with just, like I said, a lot of walking and talking, if you will. Kevin Costner gives a great performance, but I wish he was in in Yellowstone, personally speaking. I'm pretty sure because this film's flop and its downfall, if you will, he'll probably return to that as a safe bet, because that's what I would do if I was him, personally speaking. Because WB, I can guarantee you, will not help basically market or produce the next 2 films after this. There's 4 films in this trilogy, 4 American Horizon sagas, if you will. Not gonna happen. Probably get a sequel. The sequel doesn't do well. They're probably like, nope, sorry, help you with the other 2. It's not gonna work out for us, you know. But like I said, this is a film, walking, talking, fights happen here and there, betrayals happen left and right, and no one's safe. You never know who's your friend, who is not. At the end of the day, this is a movie. It's optional watch for me, personally speaking. I wouldn't say go out theaters and watch this. Even if it was in theaters, I wouldn't tell you go watch this as ASAP by any means. This is a film where if you like westerns, you like Kevin Costner isn't even the film that much. Let me be honest, okay? He's not the film that much. His role isn't that familiar. He just plays a cowboy like every other role he does as well. So to me personally, I enjoyed the film as I watched it, and I enjoyed the film overall. But to me, because I can't name specific details, I can't really remember a specific character other than, oh yeah, that actor played that person and all that. And also, I don't like it how the mother and daughter lose their brother and father in this film, and how they're only able to grieve for about a scene or 2 before they basically move on. And to me, I didn't like that much about the writing, personally speaking. Like, if I lost my dad today, it wouldn't just be a day or 2 go by and I'll get over it. It would take a couple of days, if not a week or 2, to get over it. That makes sense, you know? The biggest flaw this film, I think, has as well, the writing specifically, is that there's no distinction from each character. They're either good or bad, not really in between. Like, Sam Worthington is a good guy. Jamie Bauer Campbell is a bad guy, obviously, you know? And his brother and the dad that are stuck in this film, don't know what they're gonna do with that, unfortunately. Mother and daughter. The mother's gonna obviously marry Sam Worthington, and the daughter's gonna probably go with one of the army guys. They have no chemistry, no nothing, unfortunately. And again, I'm speaking from the heart. I'm not trying to be in a format, if you will. I'm just speaking from what's on the top of my mind. The girl that tampers with guys doesn't really have any type of distinction for her, unfortunately. She just tries to go for each guy. She will bring him over to her place, probably pays her some money, and then they leave for the night, if you will. Kevin Costner just killed Jamie Bauer Campbell in this film. They have a duel where Jamie Bauer Campbell comes to the house as Kevin Costner and him are walking up this hill, if you will. They have a duel. Kevin Costner shoots him a couple times. Kevin Costner doesn't even know the girl, by the way. They just met like a couple scenes ago, which doesn't really make much sense to me. It is what it is. This is, I think, Kevin Costner's first time writing and directing, and it shows a lot. So the Indians invade this town, if you will, where these people have set up to live and all that. It's for a specific reason, which is basically the fact that these people set up their land on Indian territory, which is dumb. Don't know why they did that. And there's this conflict that's kind of building up in the background with this specific character, and they don't really do nothing with it, unfortunately, which is kind of like, what the freak, you know? It is what it is. Like, basically, this young Indian guy and his boys take out a bunch of people mercilessly, ruthlessly, okay? And he speaks to his chief, his leader, if you will. And the chief and leader is like, listen, I see what's going on behind you. I see your future. There are people you killed. Their daughters and sons that are coming after you and kill you whenever you least expect it. So do me a favor and get the heck out of here. And after the scene takes place, we have a couple more scenes with the Indian and some white people, and that's really about it. And I'm not saying white people would be racist. I'm just saying not a lot of black people are featured in this film, unfortunately, which I don't like that much. I prefer a diverse cast, if you will. It is what it is. One thing I want to talk about as well is the fact that with Luke Wilson's character specifically, I wish that Kevin Costner would give him a better character to play, because in this film, there's a sequence that takes place where a girl is basically using water from the camp that she's a part of to give herself a bath. And I looked away the whole time, by the way. And these 2 guys that are helpers of the camp, but not really part of the camp, decide to watch her for a couple of minutes. And the show tells her boyfriend or husband, if you will. The husband goes to Luke Wilson, who then confronts the 2 guys. And the 2 guys decide to step up to him, like, yo, what's up? What's good? And Luke Wilson just basically decides to just step down, like, hey, just please take it easy. Don't cause any trouble. I appreciate it, okay? And I'm like, come on. You could have written the better character, like, yo, listen, sit your butt down. I'm the boss, not you. But like I said, to me, optional watch, like cowboys, like westerns, go for it. If not, skip this if you can. But again, that's my review of Horizon. It's a different film. It's an okay film at best. I said this is my favorite films of the year, and I still think so. But for me personally, telling you guys this much, unless you like westerns, unless you like Kevin Costner specifically, this isn't a must watch. It's not something you watch theaters. It's something you watch, you know, maybe from work or at home, whenever you can. But again, that's just me. But it's still a film I would definitely watch again. in a heartbeat if I could, if that makes sense. That's just my review and thoughts on the Horizon American Saga Chapter 1. Please do me a favor and comment your thoughts on it. Again, I gave you some spoilers because it's been out for a couple of days. It's on streaming right now. If you wanted to see it, you would have by now. If you don't want to, but there you go. As always, thank you for watching. Please stay friendly and let me know if you watched it. If so, what was your favorite and least favorite scene? And do you agree with me that right isn't that strong? Peace out.